get with you, baby, tonight. I don't wanna love, I don't wanna fight. I don't wanna have to tell you all the things I know. I don't wanna stay, but I don't wanna go. I don't wanna be the lover in your arms. I don't wanna be the one to keep you from home. I don't wanna be the crooked person in your heart. I don't wanna stop, but I don't wanna stop. Part-time lover, how we suffer now. And I don't wanna waste no more of your precious time. I don't wanna say that everything will be fine. I don't wanna feel your tears on my skin. I'm a coward, baby, don't let me in. Part-time lover, how we suffer now. So I don't wanna sit in again with you, baby, tonight. I don't wanna love, I don't wanna fight. I don't wanna have to tell you all the things I know. I don't wanna stay, but I don't wanna go. I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of war. There is no sickness, toil nor danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mother, and I'm going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. And I know dark clouds
Good day, this is Thumbs United. We're doing a let's play. Not a let's play, we're doing creative streams for Quotations and LCD Productions. We're going to be editing some 35mm photographs, and then we're going to be going into editing some projects, the actual video projects for the 3D project and the VR project for Project Park. And this is a park / gardens in Pennsylvania called Longwood. It's a huge park. So let's get started with editing it. Okay, so here we go. Develop. I'm just gonna copy the links into chat while it's loading. Okay, so here we go. So we have about 108 photographs to do, and we're gonna hopefully get through them all. I'm gonna experiment with this. So I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work with the curves. Lately I've been just only editing with curves, but we're gonna have to do a mixture of fill light and messing with the black level. So that just means it's gonna take a little longer. I don't know why that's in here. I'm going to delete it. Yeah. I was setting up the other projects in the video editing, which is technically just gonna be slideshows and stuff. So that's not really working with video, but it is a video project. But I found out there's this way. I misunderstood this setting. It splits up an image sequence for whatever reason. When I import images, it thinks it's an image sequence. And so it will it makes an image one frame, and so there's this way you can split up the frames. And I thought that the setting that you use to do that, when you split it up, you have to tell it how many frames is an image. But no, you don't have to do that. You set it, and then the option is you can set how long you want to convert each frame into an image. So before I would create it all one frame and then I'd have to extend it to be 25 seconds. But now I have it set up so it will turn each frame or each image into exactly 25 seconds. And it does it in 2 seconds, where before it would take like 40 minutes to do 200 images. So I did that for this Project Park, but I'm going to have to go back and do it for the rest of the projects in Project New York, which is fine. I mean, that's going to be easy to do. I didn't really like this. Now we're in kind of a greenhouse. So I'm going back and editing the curves. Sometimes the photo needs it, sometimes it doesn't. And it just helps getting a wider dynamic range. Okay, so these are very similar, and that one's slightly blurry, so I'm going to get rid of it. And there's a lot of harsh light. These photos were taken at high noon. So the sun is directly overhead, and this building has a lot of glass that lets a ton of light through. outside. And this is like a pond garden. And they have these like giant lily pads. We didn't see any frogs there. And this is the other side with smaller lily pads. My wrist is starting to hurt. It's been hurting off and on for the past 2 weeks. It's probably because I'm using it a lot more. I don't think it's like carpal tunnel, but I think it's just hasn't had a real chance to recover. I've been doing a lot of gardening, a lot of fixing motors and everything. So it's like finally catching up with me. And then this past week taking all these photos, that didn't help with holding all the cameras with one hand, which is the hand that hurts. It could also be the weather. When I was younger, I was snowboarding, and this snowboarder flew into me and hit me while I was going down the hill, and slammed into my hand, and I had to go to the emergency room, and it turned out it was fractured a little bit, and so there was really nothing we could do. I mean, they could have done surgery and put pins in my hand, but we decided not to because it was such a small fracture that they said it could heal by itself. And but still, to this day, like, this happened maybe over 10 years ago. Well, yeah, way over 10 years ago, like 15 years ago. And whenever I like the temperature change, or if I go swimming and stuff, or the pressure, the barometric pressure changes, my wrist starts to hurt. So the good thing about it is I can tell when it's about to rain because my wrist starts hurting, and it's like 5 minutes before the rain starts. My wrist will start to get a little pain. So I think part of the pain is muscle pain, and then the other is weather from the fracture. So today I'm going to be not just gardening after this, I'm going to be building a lot of things. There, for my grandmother, we're building her it's like a stand-up flower bed. So I'm going to build that so she can garden in it. And I was joking with my mom, I was saying because my grandma loves to garden, I was like, we can take her to the farmer's market and sell, have her grow some vegetables and stuff, and then we can sell it. But my mom was like, she doesn't like growing vegetables. And I was like, okay. And she can grow her flowers, and then we can sell the flowers. But so she's gonna enjoy that. she really likes to garden, and so that will be good for her, because then she can work outside. When she gets tired of working outside, she can do her word search. She loves doing that. It's kind of scary thing that's happening though with the word search. She will she gets slightly confused when talking, so she'll go like, we'll say, okay, it's time to take your medicine, and then she's like, no, it doesn't say medicine, and she'll point to her word search, and she's like, doesn't say it here. And we're like, no, it's time for you. And so she's getting kind of confused with, I don't know, it's hard to say, but it's almost like the word search is becoming her world. So, but like I said, she really enjoys it, and she'll do it for like hours at end. So we do like paperwork and stuff while she's doing it, and kind of like all work together. And then I've been giving her my magazine, and she likes it. It's the Master of Art Monthly Collector's Edition, and I have to print more for her. All the other copies I had, I gave away as Christmas gifts, but I had one extra copy, so I have her look at it. And it's very difficult for her to read books, because she'll read for like 20 minutes and then forget what she was reading about. So with the magazine, because it's a photo book, she just goes through it and looks at the photos. And it's a short book. It's like maybe 35 pages. But she'll go through it for a couple of hours and really take in each photograph. So that's nice, that she really enjoys it. And then the written part is only like 2 pages. So it's just long enough for her to read about all the photographs. And then while we were in New York, there was a couple of times when we had to stay in the hotel. And so I was like, trying to think of activities we could do. And so while I was getting ready, I had her watch a couple of episodes of Project Newfoundland. And it was nice because she really enjoyed it. And then I told her, I made it, and she was like, "Oh, that's nice." But she enjoyed it before I told her I made it. So, and I did that on purpose. I wanted to see what she thought of it. And so we watched 2 episodes, so that's about an hour. And usually the second she starts watching TV or something, she falls asleep, like within the first 10 or 15 minutes. But this one she stayed awake for and listened to the whole time. And then, like I said before, she enjoyed it. So now my life is complete. Kind of my number one fan has been satisfied. So yeah, that's good. Over halfway done, and we're gonna be editing the 3D project next, and then we will go. I think I'm only gonna edit the 3D project for the morning stream, and then I have to go set up the renders for the VR. I have to convert all the images into the VR format, and it's gonna take not a long time to set it up, but it is gonna take a long time to render. So what I'm doing is usually what I do is I take all the photographs. So like with the GoPro, there might be 2,000 photographs, but I only select like 500, but I still put the 2,000 on the Linux box to render, just in case I change my mind and want to add other photographs. I don't have to worry about it, they're already there. For the VR, I have to convert it, so if I had to convert 2,000 photographs, it would just take months. And so what I'm doing is I have the selected photographs, all the good ones, and then I have this program that will go through and it will look at the original ones for the left eye and the right eye, and it will just collect them, only the good ones that I selected, into one folder, the original files, the full resolution files. And once it does that, I'll move all the selected ones, and I'll just have it start rendering. And the rendering is a long process. It's about a minute to a minute and a half per image. So there's already going to be a ton of images. I can tell you I'll tell you guys later, but just with this last project, there's a ton that has to be rendered. So I'll probably start that later today or after the stream. I don't know. I have to find a hard drive to put them on. So we're getting close to the end of this. And I am going to be streaming later tonight. Again between 9 and 11 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll probably be working on the rest of this project. Probably the VR version and the 4K flotation. And this one's out of focus, so I'm deleting it. And this is like the worst possible lighting condition. The sun is directly overhead. All the shadows are really harsh. now it's sunset. So the lighting conditions a little better. Again, this one's out of focus. This one's blurry. This one's blurry. This one's fine. And then these are taken with a higher ISO. So I'm gonna kind of keep my changes to a minimum. Just because I don't want the images to get too noisy. The higher the ISO, the kind of grainier and more noise is added to the image. And it's amplified when you increase the contrast. So that's why I'm keeping the adjustments to kind of a minimum. And again, these are 35mm photos taken with a DSLR, digital one. And this is going to be for the 4K flotations for Project Park. So we're getting really close to the end. I've been streaming for like technically 40 minutes, but there was the pre-stream, so it's only taken like half hour, 20 minutes to get to this, finish this, which is much faster than I thought. So the sun's getting really low. This was in the dark forest. You can see that like that. It's kind of moody. Okay, so that was it. We finished this, and I'm gonna take a short break. And I'll be back, and the other project will be set up. Okay, I'm back. And this is technically the VR footage that's also recorded in 3D, but I will be able to, I'll still be able to use it because I'm not going to apply the distortion to make it for VR. And then this is just 3D footage, and it's already in the 16:9 format. I had to write a program for the GoPro so I could shoot it in at full resolution, but I still needed it to fit in 16:9. So I wrote a program that goes through 2:3 photographs in this 4:3 ratio, and it adds the pillar box based on in order to fit the photo into a 16:9 ratio. So what we're going to be doing is combining these two photo sections of 3D, the GoPro over here and the JVC camera over here, and we're going to be combining them so that, like this one, the bonsai section, and then we'll combine it with the bonsai section from the GoPro. So I'm just getting similar photographs and grouping them together. Right now the project is 1 hour and 40 minutes. It's gonna be a little less than that, but not much. Might be 1 hour and 40 minutes long. But so it's gonna be split up into chunks. Let's see, probably 20-minute chunks. But let's get started. So we're gonna go by section. So this is the entrance of the park. These are all entrance photos. So I'm just gonna raise it, and then I'm gonna go over here and find all the entrance photos. I don't think I have any. Let's see. Bring this back down. The next group of photographs I have is kind of at the cafe. So this is the path to the cafe, which is right after this section, and I'm going to go through and animate Okay. So then this is also the entrance to the cafe. So I'm going to take all of these, group them up here, and I'm going to take this group and we're going to group them together. I'm going to intermingle them later. And I'm going to see what these ones are. Okay. So this is going into the botanical garden. And these are in the botanical garden. So we're going to group those together. Now I go through, and this should be a faster project. Go through select these. And then this is the one building. With the organ. I'm just going to raise that. And bring the organ section here. This is all organ. I'll put that over there. I'm actually gonna add this. We're back in the same botanical garden, and the organ section is actually it's built into the side. We're going to group that with the organ. And then group these. With in greenhouse, and then go back over here, and I think we have a few more. We have this. There. So that's all similar footage. And then we have this building. Again, that's going with the organ section. It's two different rooms, but I want to keep the indoor architecture in the same section. So I'm just going to scoot this back, and I'm going to go get all the lily pads. That ends here. And it starts here again. So now we're gonna go get the lily pads here. Okay, we're plowing through this. This is gonna be, I thought I'd only get through part of this. So this is all the lily pads. And then this is a different greenhouse. I'm gonna check to make sure there's no extra greenhouse in that section. Okay, there's not. Then I'm gonna group the bonsais together. And there's not a lot of bonsais. Okay, we're almost done. Gonna get rid of this one. Yeah, we're just plowing through this, which is good because I have a little bit of work I have to do offline, and then I have to go and start gardening. So these are pictures of the fountain. There's only two. right of this one. And we're gonna put this, have to find the place. I have to move things around so I can see the different layers. Okay, it's the outside of the greenhouse. That fits well there. And then we have our topiaries. Topiaries. I'm just gonna match it with these ones. This is in the forested area. Which I think is all the last one. We're going to scoot this last section away. So these are all the photos from a forested area. And this is them in the VR. So we're going to go to here. And then group them with this one. And this is all the house. So we're going to group them together. And tonight we will actually intermingle the photos together, so that they're grouped even, they flow better. But this is it. These are all the sections. So I'm just gonna put them all in the same layer, with a giant space between them, so that I know what each section is. And then we'll start the intermingling them. And again, it looks like this is going to be, the full project is going to be an hour and 40 minutes, but it's going to be divided into episodes, and so then each episode should be about 20 minutes. So 20, that's 3 episodes, an hour, so it's going to be about 5 episodes if everything goes well. Scoot this down. So then once I get the episodes kind of locked in, then the animation process will start. But the animation is something, it's like the second to last thing I do. So, and This is the project. It's all in groups. I want to thank everyone for coming out. I will be streaming later tonight between 9 and 11 p.m. I'm going to be continuing to work at this, and we'll probably go back to editing the New York project. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you later tonight.